Hey y'all, Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates, and this is my Snohomish County real estate market update for January 2025. What's up, Snohomish County? We're already into the new year here, and I just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year as we kick off this update. Let's talk about the numbers here. This is more of a numbers-focused update, not as much of my opinions, although I like to share those. The Seattle market update is where I give a little bit more context to the general market, but I'll share some here too as we go through these stats and a couple predictions when we get to the end. So make sure you follow along all the way to the end for those predictions. So new listings in Snohomish County last month, up 18.1% year over year. So that's, I guess, encouraging to see a little bit more listing activity. Last year was just completely in the tank, but we did see a drop off in new listings in December, which is expected. We also saw a drop off in the pending sales and the closed sales, although the closed sales were pretty close to last month. And that's the big thing about December. November and December typically are months where if there was a little bit of excess supply or there were houses that had been sitting for a little while, those houses tend to sell, usually at a discount. People want to get their houses moved, move on with their lives. And so typically there are some discounts in the fall and early winter. And this year was no exception to that. The median sales price in Snohomish County is up month over month, $789 versus $775 last month. King County was the opposite. King County had a pretty big drop off in the median sales price, but about the same in the average sales price. Now, the year over year number, this is big, 15.2% up year over year in Snohomish County, 15.2% year over year. And average sales price is up 15.9% year over year at the end of December in Snohomish County, and also up month over month, 889 to 86 versus 863, 948. Not as big of a jump there on the monthly basis, but looking at year over year December numbers, that's a pretty substantial jump that we've got here in Snohomish County. Now, houses were selling about asking price, 99.7% of the list price received. Inventory up year over year, but down month over month, down below 1 month of supply, 0.9 months of supply in all of Snohomish County. And you've heard me talk about this if you've followed along with these videos for a while, that below 1 month of supply equals multiple offers, competitive market. Be aware if you're a buyer, right? And for sellers, that's what you want to see, a lower inventory market. It helps attract more buyers to each individual listing. So it usually means more showings on each listing, more offers on each listing, and it tends to drive prices up, right? There's less available, and so the competition pushes prices up. Now let's think about 2025 a little bit, and I'm going to do that by recapping. I'll say I think that the housing market will be somewhat similar to what it was this year. I don't expect there to be a massive jump in prices. I don't expect interest rates at this point, given what we've been seeing over the past few months, to necessarily come down much from where they are. Maybe a little bit, kind of do something similar to last year. Maybe we'll see some fluctuation, but I don't see any type of major drop off in interest rates. I would love to see it. But I think we're still in this higher rate environment for a little bit longer here, as the economy's been doing okay. The Fed's been signaling that there won't be as many cuts this year. And so I wouldn't expect to see the mortgage rates taking too much of a dip in 2025, at least not at the beginning of the year as of what we're hearing now. That's always subject to change, right? Something crazy happens, or we have a pandemic again, or the government decides to artificially buy rates down. We've seen that. But at this point, I think the rates where they're at, we're going to see something similar. So let's look at last year. Okay. So last year, it's nice. Year over year data right here. 13.8% more new listings in Snohomish County this year versus last year, which is great, right? We needed some more inventory, but we also had more buyers in the pool. We had 5.1% more pending sales and also 6.9% more closed listings. So we saw a little bit of an uptick in housing inventory, but not much as we wrapped up the year. And we saw less days on market, 23 versus 26 last year. And this is the bigger one. So I think the number I shared, the year over year December data was a little bit scary when I talked about 15.2 and 15.9% for the whole year put together, right? If we look at all the months averaged together, 780 was the median sales price, 6.8% up from 730 last year. So 6.8% increase. And the average was up 8.1% for the whole entire year put together. 871, 867 versus 806, 493. And so if we're going to see something similar in 2025, then I think these numbers that we're seeing, maybe not more listings necessarily, but at least the numbers on the price increases, we can expect something similar to that, I think, in 2025. I don't expect we're going to see the housing market going backwards, again, unless something happens dramatically. As of what we can see right now, I think that the housing market will be relatively stable, but not growing at a crazy pace that we saw a few years back. If you have questions about the housing market in Snohomish County, or you want to just talk about your situation, maybe you're thinking about buying or selling, I'm happy to be a resource for you. And of course, if you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel.